evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Bruce Frisco. It is Monday, July the 27th, and this is CTV News. Tonight, a rare visitor, a killer whale, draws crowds in Cape Breton waters. Soldiering on, festival organizers say the event will continue despite thieves and vandals. And welcome to the Hub. A new co-op connects local producers with wholesale buyers.
Live from our Maritime's News Center, this is CTV News. Here is Bruce Frisco.
Good evening. We begin tonight with details on a sizable fire in Dartmouth this evening. Clouds of thick black smoke could be seen for kilometers around HRM when this fire broke out on Gaston Road in Dartmouth. 3 buildings on fire in all. Crews were dispatched just over the dinner hour.
So we got a report of a fire at 10 after 6 this evening. When first crews arrived on scene, they encountered heavy flames within 3 buildings. Crews went directly to work, got lines on the fire, and got the fire knocked down so it didn't extend to any neighboring structures. Now we're in the process of continuing to knock down that fire and check for overhaul and do our primary searches and stuff like that.
One of the structures was an Indian grocery store. Damage, as you can see, significant in all of this. There's no word yet on a cause. And a dramatic fire in a high-rise apartment building in Halifax over the weekend. Although contained to 1 unit, the blaze did force a number of tenants to evacuate and a restaurant below to close its doors for a while. CTV's Emma Convey has more.
Lots of smoke coming out of the building, lots of fire trucks driving by. I heard the sirens from my apartment.
Saturday morning, Halifax Regional Fire responded to heavy black smoke coming from the exterior of this apartment building off of South Park Street near Clyde Street.
When our crews arrived on scene, the fire had breached through the windows. On inspection, there was cracks in the windows of the unit above the fire floor. A small amount of smoke had infiltrated into that unit, but there was no damage to the unit above.
Halifax Fire says not all tenants in the building were evacuated, and at this time they can't confirm if all have returned to their units. The restaurant on the main floor, Le Bistro by Liz, had to close for the afternoon.
We had about 300 liters of water come through our ceilings. In the restaurant, we were without one of our bathrooms, our back room, storage room, everything flooded. Took us probably 5 hours to clean it all up.
The cause of the fire is still unknown and the investigation is ongoing. Emma Convey, CTV News.
And police in Cape Breton are investigating the discovery of a body at the site of a previously unreported fire. Investigators were responding to a missing persons report Friday night when they discovered a house that had been destroyed by fire on Beachmont Road in McAdams Lake. Officers later found human remains on that property. The identity of the deceased has not yet been made public. Halifax Regional Police are hoping you can help them locate a witness in connection with a recent murder case. Police today releasing these surveillance photos of a man and a vehicle who was believed to be in the vicinity of the fatal shooting of Thomas Jr. Downey on Leahy Road back on June 26th. The vehicle believed to be a newer model black Nissan Kicks. The man was wearing a white shirt with a black ball cap. Investigators say he is not considered a suspect, but anyone with information on his identity is asked to contact HRP.
Get the Maritime's top stories, breaking news alerts, and watch live. Download the CTV News app.
Union representing 1,000 electrical workers at Nova Scotia Power has given notice it could begin a strike within 2 days. Local 1928 of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, also known as IBEW, today issued the 48-hour notice on behalf of its members working for the province's largest utility. The union did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Nova Scotia Power says it's focused on reaching a fair agreement with its employees while, quote, supporting our commitment to providing safe, reliable electricities to our customer. Still, a spokesperson, Jacqueline Foster, said contingency plans are being developed, as is standard during negotiations. A rare and spectacular visitor to Cape Breton is making headlines, creating a real buzz. A killer whale, separated from its pod, is hanging around in the waters near the Canso Causeway. Not surprisingly, the orca is drawing sizable crowds. And as CTV's Ryan McDonald tells us tonight, it's becoming something of a tourist attraction itself.
He's under us. He's under us.
He's under us.
It's a rare and beautiful sight. People have been flocking to the water near the Canso Causeway to try and see an orca whale that has come to the area.
Oh my God, he's beautiful.
Kayla Partridge spotted the whale Saturday and Sunday and sent us this video. Others were just hoping to catch a glimpse of their own.
That would be a once-in-a-lifetime thrill.
Raylene McDougall, originally from the Glace Bay area, is visiting from New Brunswick. She says word of the whale's arrival was enough for her to make the trip a bit early.
I'm from Cape Breton, and we were coming here, but we came now because of the orca.
About 3,000 miles so far. We're having a blast and hope to see an orca today, but not yet.
This couple, who are visiting by motorcycle from Minnesota, saw all of the people taking pictures and decided to pull over themselves.
You know, I think it must be a rare sighting here because it is, there are people lined up and people stopping regularly.
The people with binoculars and cameras weren't the orca's only visitors today. Representatives from the Marine Animal Response Society and the Department of Fisheries and Oceans also paid a visit to make sure the animal is still doing okay.
Sometimes it came to check us out, which was pretty remarkable.
In an interview from the water, Tanya Wimmer of Mars said the orca still appears to be healthy. They are reminding people not to approach the whale and for boats to stay at least 100 meters away.
At the end, it actually was starting to make its way further back out towards the Gulf of St. Lawrence and heading up the coast. So we're hopeful that it actually has figured out which way is out.
Mars says it will continue to keep tabs on the orca's movements and condition until it swims back into more familiar waters.
Whoa, whoa.
Ryan McDonald, CTV News, Ald's Cove, Nova Scotia.
Oh my God!
A report from the Canadian Taxpayers Federation says Nova Scotians shelled out more than $20,000 for Premier Tim Houston's visit to 4 cities last year. Federation raising questions about some of the delegation's accommodation choices. Houston's office says staff follow long-standing government travel policies when booking, factoring in things like costs, safety and security, and location, of course. But the Federation argues that cheaper alternatives ought to be considered.
We have one hotel in London that the Premier stayed in, a 5-star W London hotel. One night alone cost taxpayers about $1,270. In Milan, taxpayers paid more than $1,800 for 2 nights at another 5-star hotel with a rooftop pool and a Michelin-starred restaurant. You know, there were quality 4-star hotels nearby for less than half the cost.
$20,000 overall, drop in the bucket. Not even a drop in the bucket for the overall provincial budget, right? Again, in some level, doesn't matter, but it does, because the public expects you to be a responsible custodian of public office, and they expect you to act in ways that are respectful toward the public in terms of the finances.
Taxpayers Federation says nobody is suggesting politicians stay at bargain motels, but Drover says when government debt is as in his words, out of control, every little bit makes a difference. A piece of underused prime real estate in Halifax could look very different in the years ahead, with the possibility of tens of thousands of people living in an area when all is said and done. The land in question, more than 11 hectares in the north end of the city. It's mostly a patchwork of gravel parking lots and overgrown weeds, but it is poised to become a new super neighborhood, according to the mayor.
It's among the largest remaining undeveloped or densely developed areas of land on the peninsula. It's already serviced. It's got pipes and wires running to it. It's close to schools. It's close to grocery stores and professional services. It's on transit. It's ready to go.
2 developers are involved here. One looking to build a 33-story apartment tower in the former Mayflower curling site. That would be more than 400 apartments. The other group proposing more than 10 times that number in 11 separate buildings ranging from 12 to 52 stories tall. Just days before its biggest event of the year, one of St. John's most popular tourist sites has been hit by thieves and vandals. Despite the disappointment, organizers say the festival will proceed as usual. Here's CTV's Nick Moore.
Work is well underway for the Area 506 Festival, but organizers are also dealing with a break-in at the Area 506 Container Village. It happened over the weekend. Ray Gracewood is the founder of Area 506.
One of our storage areas where we had some sound and light equipment taken.
But there was even more damage to be found.
Between that and also an on-site RV that was broken into and some significant damage there, coupled with some acts of graffiti along the outside perimeter of the container village, sort of makes for a pretty rough night, for us.
St. John police say a man was arrested, released from custody, and is scheduled to appear in court in October.
Police located a 20-year-old man nearby in possession of stolen property from the site. He was subsequently arrested for break and enter as well as possession of stolen property.
Ray Gracewood says the festival will not be knocked down by the incident. He also says it's not the first break-in here.
And this is probably the one that's resulted in the most amount of damage, but we figured this was the one that we needed to go out and be public about and let people know that, there's some work that needs to be done. The community feedback has been incredible. It seems like, all this aside, we're going in the right direction.
The 4-day Area 506 Festival begins on Thursday night. Nick Moore, CTV News, St. John.
People living in a rural New Brunswick community were deeply concerned when the weight restriction was reduced on their local bridge. The weight limit on the Peck's Cove Bridge near Sackville dropped from 43 tons to 20 and has now dropped again to just 16. Officials are obviously concerned about the safety of the span, but area residents say a solution has to be found quickly here.
We had a load of hay come in 2 weeks ago, and the guy was 16 tons empty, so he couldn't cross the bridge. So I was forced to take both my tractors at each spot, split the tractors up, go back and forth for 6 hours hauling hay.
If we had known in advance that the weight limit was going to drop this low, I don't know if we would have built.
CTV News reached out to the Department of Transportation for a timeline on possible repair work, but we didn't hear back by news deadline. Okay, still to come tonight, Kaylin's full forecast and a good news follow-up story about a Halifax entrepreneur who's found a permanent home for her popular pottery nights. Coming up next, though, a maritime flair.
As soon as they see you're a Cape Bretoner, they have your back 110%.
A Cape Breton woman hopes to bring that can-do spirit to the next Miss Universe competition. You'll meet her when we come back. Cape Breton woman is hoping to bring some maritime flair to the next Miss Universe competition. As CTV's Ryan McDonald shows us tonight, she's already made some Nova Scotia history on the world pageant stage.
She grew up in Cape Breton. Now Naomi Colford is looking to bring some maritime flair to the next Miss Universe pageant.
And from that upbringing, I think I bring a certain different flavor to the competition.
The 26-year-old now lives in Toronto, where she is a pediatric nurse at the Hospital for Sick Children.
From a young age, I was encouraged to follow my heart and pursue any passion I wished.
She was born and raised in Sydney and was a valedictorian when she graduated from Cape Breton University's School of Nursing 4 years ago.
Through my pediatric nursing experience, that really has given me the passion to want to continue in pageantry and reach a larger audience for my platform, which is childhood poverty in Canada.
That's something she is familiar with, having grown up in a place with some of the highest child poverty rates in the country. When it comes to pageants, Colford already has a big win under her belt, winning Miss World Canada back in 2019, the first Nova Scotian to claim that title. Now she is counting on more support from back home.
As soon as they see you're a Cape Bretoner, they have your back 110%. I've seen what we could do at that international level.
Up next is the Miss Universe Canada competition, August 2nd through 8th in Windsor, Ontario, where Colford will compete against roughly 40 other women for the right to represent the country at Miss Universe. She is hoping for the chance to make people proud back home in the Maritimes if she were to end up competing against the best in the world.
It would mean the absolute world to me to be able to not only represent Canada, but represent the East Coast, Nova Scotia, Cape Breton on the Miss Universe stage.
A small-town girl with big dreams, with hopes that she's a week or so away from perhaps realizing one of them. Ryan McDonald, CTV News, Sydney.
Thank you, Ryan. Time for a quick little break here, but when we return, your complete maritime weather forecast. It was a very lovely July kind of day around here. Kaylin Mitchell, tell us what to expect for the rest of the week. Next. Okay, it's Monday night, 27th day of July. Hard to believe we're in the last week of July, hey?
Yeah, but it's going to feel like it. We've got a number of days this week where it's going to be very summery in the Maritime region. Tonight, there is still a chance of showers in the province of Nova Scotia. That province is seeing a little bit of cloud cover spill over from a low-pressure system that is mostly passing to the south and east of the Maritimes. There's a second low far to the north of us, but did end up triggering some showers and some thunderstorms in the St. Lawrence River Valley and through Quebec today. Taking a look at our timeline then for cloud cover and precipitation. So there's a chance of showers. It does include around the Halifax area and Truro. As we head into the overnight, the chance of showers does shift a little bit further east into the Maritimes towards eastern areas of Nova Scotia, where it'll be around for the morning. But after that, from the morning into the afternoon, the chance of showers comes to an end, and it'll be more of a mix of sun and cloud. Other parts of the Maritimes for tomorrow, mostly sunny to a fair weather mix of sun and cloud. Let's take a look at the winds in the forecast. They're expected to be relatively light on Tuesday out of the south for the province of New Brunswick and for western areas of Nova Scotia, and then actually a little bit out of the north for both Prince Edward Island and eastern Nova Scotia. But in both cases, the winds are mostly expected to be sustained between 10 and 20 kilometers per hour. So again, pretty light. Low temperatures in the forecast for tonight around the Maritimes. In New Brunswick, the lows will fall into a range of around 9 to 13 degrees for most, 14 for Campbellton in the north, down to around 16 degrees tonight for Summerside and Charlottetown. And for Nova Scotia, the low temperatures 13 to 16 for the mainland, and in Cape Breton, most of the lows between 14 and 17. Here's your high temperatures for Tuesday. For northern New Brunswick, up between 25 and 28 degrees with a mix of sun and cloud. Fredericton tomorrow with a high temperature near 29. Same thing goes for McAdam, 28 at St. Stephen. Down around the Bay of Fundy coastline, that south wind, a little bit more onshore. So there, temperatures a little bit more moderate. Those coastal areas between 23 and 25. It's 27 tomorrow for Moncton. In Prince Edward Island, we've got high temperatures. They'll be near 25 for Summerside, a little bit warmer in Cavendish, close to 27 degrees, 25 for Charlottetown. It'll then be 23 degrees for St. Peter's Bay as well as Surrey, but 25 at Montague. For Cape Breton tomorrow, high temperatures 19 for Sydney, but in the interior of the island up to 25 for Bedeque. It'll be 23 for Port Hawkesbury. On the north shore of mainland Nova Scotia, the high temperatures 25 to 27, and on the eastern shore, most of the high temperatures between 21 and 25 degrees. 27 for Amherst, 28 for Truro. The city centers Halifax and Dartmouth for tomorrow will be warm with highs near 25. It'll be a little bit hotter in the Annapolis Valley, 27, Kentville, Wolfville, Middleton, 24 for Digby, and on the south shore of Nova Scotia, 25 for Liverpool and Shelburne, and near 21 degrees for Yarmouth. Taking a look at the extended forecast for New Brunswick coming up on Wednesday and Thursday. Both days, a mix of sun and cloud. High temperatures in the high 20s, except again, a little bit more moderate around the Bay of Fundy coastline. There'll be a chance of showers after that on Friday as well as Saturday, and then Sunday in the long weekend, a mix of sun and cloud. And so far for New Brunswick, same thing goes for the Monday. For Nova Scotia in the forecast, coming up on Wednesday, it's a mix of sun and cloud, and then increasing cloudiness on Thursday. Temperatures cooling a few degrees as a result. There'll be a chance of showers on Friday. Saturday, a mix of sun and cloud, and that's followed by a chance of showers on both Sunday and Monday. And here we are for Prince Edward Island. Over the next couple of days, temperatures very warm, mix of sun and cloud on Wednesday, increasing cloudiness on Thursday, followed by just right now a chance of showers on Friday. After that, it's a mix of sun and cloud Saturday, chance of showers on Sunday, and back to a mix of sun and cloud on Monday. Bruce.
Thank you, my friend. We will take it. In the meantime, we'll take a quick little break here, but stay with us. There is more to come.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
So about a year ago, we introduced you to a Halifax entrepreneur whose pottery nights were selling out in borrowed spaces all over HRM. Now, as CTV's Hafsa Arif shows us tonight, that dream has found a permanent home.
We are officially open. It's been 3 months of a lot of work. Guests poured into the 3-story studio, browsing local vendors, exploring the new space, and getting a first look at what's been years in the making. Started in my apartment social room, which is crazy. It was 10 people, and then slowly every month we were just growing and growing. The tickets kept selling out, and suddenly now I have a pottery studio, which is wild.
Through so much along the way, and she overcomes something and is so driven and does not quit.
Some shelves hold finished creations from early studio sessions waiting to be claimed. Others are still bare.
Whenever she has like a dream, she executes it. She's very detail oriented. So to the sign, to the details, to the vibe, to the smell of the store, like everything is so intentional, and that's what Beleza is about.
The studio offers wheel throwing, hand building classes, pottery painting, and its popular pottery nights. Hoping to open more pottery studios eventually. That's the goal. But for now, we're going to make this one the hub. For D'Souza, the space is a reflection of the community that supported her from the beginning. Hafsa Arif, CTV News, Halifax.
Thank you, Hafsa. Okay, time for one final break tonight. Coming up, we'll take you to a new nonprofit co-op that matches Nova Scotia producers with wholesalers. Coming up first, though, your wake-up weather. Here's an aerial look at the Armdale roundabout in Halifax, just about midnight, 18 degrees, and traffic is pretty light. Kaylin's wake-up coming up next. Tuesday morning, 28th day of July. Now let's kick it off with a look at the wake-up weather.
Yeah, a chance of a few showers in eastern areas of Nova Scotia to start the day for tomorrow. That would include Cape Breton, and moving into the afternoon should become a mix of sun and cloud. Other parts of the Maritimes may have to watch out for some fog patches first thing in the morning that could reduce visibility here or there, but moving into the afternoon, those will dissipate. For tomorrow afternoon, mostly sunny to a mix of sun and cloud. High temperatures away from coastal areas, mid to high 20s, and on the coast, low to mid 20s. Bruce.
Thank you, Kaylin. See you again tomorrow. Well, a new nonprofit cooperative opened today to act as a kind of middleman between Nova Scotia producers and wholesalers. CTV's Paul DeWitt takes us to the hub of activity.
3, 2, 1.
I'm Eli Melton, and we're here today at the official launch of the Halifax Regional Food Hub. The Halifax Food Hub is here to help producers sell their food more easily to wholesale buyers in HRM. We connect farms with these buyers by having a warehouse in Burnside where we help sell the food, store the food, and get it to buyers that are looking to eat it. We sell to restaurants, institutions, nonprofit organizations. If a producer is looking to access greater markets, we work with them to find buyers for their products, and we help facilitate that sale by doing all the coordination of the distribution, the storage, and then delivering that product to the restaurants and institutions. We need to support the local food system within Nova Scotia, and what a better way than supporting those farms that are here, and that's by supporting those small businesses and purchasing food from them. We're happy here in Burnside. It allows us easy access to the highways. We are close to HRM, so we feel well positioned and we have room to grow.
Great idea. Thank you for that, Paul. Okay, that is your late news for this Monday night, Tuesday morning. Just a reminder, if you tuned in a little bit late tonight, or you'd like another look at any of our stories, you can always visit us online, ctvnewsatlantic.ca. It is your home for news. I'm Bruce Frisco. Thank you for staying up late with us. Have a good evening. I hope to see you again tomorrow.